The Enterprise and Business Committee decided to undertake an inquiry into assisting young people into work. Look at the main barriers young people face when trying to find work. This video highlights some of the issues raised by young people and the recommendation the committee has made to the Welsh Government.
I don't feel the majority of young people are given adequate skills to enter the workforce, as it is very dependent on your subject choice. Many subjects like English or a subject where communication is key, they're almost to an advantage to if you took more science-based or other subjects.
A lack of work-ready skills was a strong theme in the evidence sessions. Employers, and for example the BBC and Admiral Insurance, and other witnesses such as the Red Cross and third sector organisations at our Swansea event all commented on the importance of young people having the chance to learn employability skills. We're going to ask the Welsh Government to strengthen the teaching of work-ready skills and understanding the labour market throughout the whole curriculum to ensure that young people are able to learn the skills needed to help them into work.
It depends on the course really, because when I was in school they had work experience, but only for for the girls it'd be hairdressing, or for the boys it'd be motor mechanics. Yep. So that was all they really had. So when we went into college, you know, and if you're going into if you're going straight from school to a job, you know, you're not going to know what to expect.
With work experience, we've only been given a week, and a week isn't long enough to be able to understand that's the career you want to go into. It's barely long enough to be able to get to know the place that you are.
The committee heard a lot of evidence from young people who were not afforded an opportunity to undertake work placements, or if they were, felt that the experiences were not long enough to give them a true understanding of what the world of work is like.
A lot of people do not have the money to pay for public transport all the time, and if you can't get a lift somewhere or you don't drive yourself or something, that can really be a problem. And sometimes maybe people live quite far out in the countryside, so they've got to travel away, or the job they really want just isn't nearby to them.
I think something that really does need to be pushed is a bus pass for youths, because why do your older generation gets have free travel? Young people should be as more entitled as well as them.
Some of the young people we spoke to highlighted transport as a barrier to finding work, particularly with regards to cost and living in more rural areas where bus services don't run as frequently. Feedback from Careers Wales staff also identified transport as a significant barrier.
In school we have a careers officer, and I have been to see her before, but I think it's very hard for a careers officer to learn what all the options are for the set job that you want to do. There are a lot of jobs out there, a lot of different universities, and sometimes it kind of feels like they're not quite trained to handle that amount of knowledge.
I think there's enough practical training out there for the young people to do. It's just whether they get involved in it or whether they find out about it, whether they've heard about it. I mean, down here I know we do a lot of practical stuff, so there's a lot of practical stuff for young people to get involved.
There was that support. Oh, you're going to university, pick your courses, how to fill out your UCAS form, you receive all this help to go forward with that. And there wasn't really, obviously there was the option for myself, oh I'm going to leave college actually, I'm not going to go to university actually, but there wasn't the option, okay, this is the help you can receive if you're not going to university. There was so much help around going to university, but nothing around any other options.
We asked the Welsh Government to do even more to promote information on apprenticeships and practical opportunities more widely.
With a lot of get back to work schemes, which I feel work on some scale, but I think they need to improve the way that they help and target young people.
I actually know quite a few young people who are transgender, and they are terrified to go for job interviews because they think they'll be discriminated against, because they think if they go as one gender and then later on come out, they will then be fired. They're worried that there'll be prejudice in the workplace, and it's just there are people who are genuinely really scared to even try because of how they'll be perceived.
We're going to ask the Welsh Government to increase the investment in its provision of lead workers for vulnerable young people to ensure that they have the one-to-one support that they need to help them find work.